My name is Colin Chisholm. I'm a freelance reporter with Open File, and this is a interview I'm doing for our piece on the end of the rental era. And with me, as you can see, I have Mr. Alex Coles. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hey there, name's Alex Coles, in Toronto, from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Graduated Ryerson University Film Studies, independent filmmaker, producer, director, ex-Blockbuster employee, and just general film enthusiast.
Nice. So as I told you before, the story is about the transition from movie rental stores like the Blockbusters and the Rogers Videos and going into online services like Netflix. What do you think that change implies for people who, yeah,
I think it implies a growing trend in the values of our everyday society. I think there seems to be somewhat of a battle of tradition versus convenience, and I think it's just the film rental business is sort of the latest casualty in that battle. Um, I think that there's a lot connected with the rental industry, the movie rental industry, that a lot of people don't give it a lot of credit for, and it's a lot of the unseen qualities that seem to be getting nixed each and every day, that a lot of people don't take for they don't understand the value that's there.
Yeah.
But I think there's something that was very intrinsically important.
Yeah.
With the film rental industry to a sense of community, a sense of ritual, that really sort of gave that sense of glory to the film industry.
Yeah.
A romance. I like to call it a romance. I think there is a romance around the film world, and I think that's what it was. I think that's what it's really grown from. But unfortunately, I think that romance has really sort of become a casualty to this stretch for convenience and immediacy. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the real shame of the downfall of the rental industry.
Right. Yeah. I've been talking to a lot of people from. Oh, sorry. I think I missed your. Did you say something there or no?
I don't know if that was coherent or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure it is. But yeah, I've been talking to a lot of people. For example, Steve, who's the vice president of marketing for Netflix, and a few other people from the online streaming world and that sort of thing. And they say that there's simply no market anymore for brick and mortar stores because people are moving more and more to convenience. Do you think that is true, that there's not much of a market left for the rental stores of the world like Blockbuster?
I don't think there's a market for community anymore, is the thing. Okay. That's the big thing. I don't think there's a market for genuine social interaction. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a market for people actively pursuing genuine experience. And I think that's really what there isn't a market for anymore. And I think people are looking for the most immediate form of where I want to put this, of consumption with their whatever type of entertainment they can get, and they want it as quick as they possibly can get it. And the easiest way to do that is to flip open your MacBook Pro, go to Netflix, go to Pirate Bay, go to watchmovies.com, whatever it is, and click on, whichever random movie that you want. Is there a market for it? There's not going to be a market for it if you keep taking these types of venues away from us.
Right.
And one second here.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I'll just quickly interject here. The guy from Netflix also said that there is social interaction within Netflix because people are online rating the movies, and that triggers the algorithms to suggest other films. And people also share these movies on Facebook with their friends. And he's saying now that our social lives are going more and more online, it's just a natural transition. What do you have to say to that?
I don't think there's anything natural about it, because I think what you're doing is you're taking away the ritual. And naturally, human beings are we're ritualistic.
Yeah.
You know, we're traditional. You know, we naturally come together around these traditions. We come together around these practices, this sense of community. And I understand how people like to argue that there's this online community, there's this online social quality that having these online forums, Facebook, where you can share your thoughts with people and whatnot. The thing is, though, and there's a huge debate about this all the time, is that, in my opinion, these are not genuine social interactions. There is a massive step missing. There's a massive quality missing between the interaction you have with someone in person and the interaction you have with someone online. It's a completely different type of social interaction. There's no accountability. There's no real sense of identity online. One of the great things about having the local video store down the street was you get to know the people there.
Yeah.
You know, you get to go down there. You know the video store clerk that works there, especially if you're from a small town. I'm from a small town. You know, I grew up in knowing the guys at my local video store, and that was one of the great things about it. Was you go out there, have actual conversations with these people about something that you love, something I love, which was films, which was movies, and through that, it became something much more than just consuming the information. It was something much more than just than the immediacy of the content. It was about the experience of the film world, which is not just the movie. It's the entire geography around it as well. You know, you go down to the movie store, you bump into someone that you may have never met before, and you just start talking about films. You know, that film sucks, this film's great. And, you know, there's a connection to that you have with that person that is incredibly more genuine than you would if you started to get in an online argument about, Channing Tatum sucks and Johnny Depp is awesome, whatever you want to,
for sure,
whatever the example is. People have no accountability for what they say online, and I wholeheartedly believe it is completely disingenuous, because you are not there in physical form, and you're not there in really your moral form, because you're not there in physical form to take accountability.
It's kind of like you have a digital presence, and then you have your physical presence, you know, in the real world. Are people starting to become detached from, I guess, the real world?
Oh, wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly think that people are forgetting how to interact with one another. And I think, you know, it's things like removing rental facilities. You know, a lot of people think that's a small, it's a small example, but you know, you get enough of these small little examples and you put them together, and all of a sudden, you know, you're really forgetting a lot about what your community is. You know, it takes it takes just a grain of rice is really small. You know what I mean? But you know, you get them a lot together and you feed a lot of people.
Yeah.
That might be a really lame example.
Oh, we'll forgive you.
Yeah, but you know, how about this? How about this one? A falling pebble can quickly turn into a giant landslide.
An avalanche. Nice. Okay, cool.